90% of you that join the page and comment on the video won't even think about this a second time by Monday. That's how fisheries management has happened for decades, with the recreational angler getting stamped underfoot over and over and over again. And there is no recourse for the fisheries managers in this. There's no recourse for the politicians involved in this. They just have to sort of hold off to a brief wave of a whole lot of noise made by a whole lot of people. And that is not what this page is about. Some of you might notice that I set the comments to approval status. If anybody wants to contribute something, please call me. And you can also, you can try to post and I can approve that. But we really have to stay focused. This is what is going to make this different. This is why this time is different than times before. We have to absolutely focus together on one very specific issue at a time. I have a very detailed plan for how we are going to go about this, and I'm going to start sharing that on Thursday. I honestly think with the outrageousness of this ruling, I think they have poked the bear. I think North Carolina is ready to wake up. I know how angry you are, and that it's good. It is good that you feel that righteous anger. You know how burned you are, but you got to stay calm and you got to make sure you put your energy in the right place. So I'm going to ask you to do one thing now before you forget about this forever and just rise up again the next time we all get screwed over. I want you to go into your phone, whatever your calendar is, however you remember to do things, and set a reminder for every single Thursday at around 5 p.m. If I do not post a video, I will have some kind of post for calls to action. Beyond that, within the group, we are going to break up into smaller groups. There is a very organized and very well-funded effort that will try to prevent us from doing what we are doing. And therefore, some of our actions must be kept covert. For lack of a better word, we really have to kind of keep these things under wraps so that they cannot actively know what we are doing before we are trying to do it, in the same way that we did not actively know what they were doing before they were trying to do it, like with mandatory reporting, like with announcing flounder closure for recreational during the MFC meeting where it wasn't on the agenda. So thank you, Kathy Rawls. I tend to tell you guys, DMF is not the problem, and it's absolutely not, but really didn't appreciate that when Kathy really didn't appreciate not even being able to get a word in, although it was very clear based off how the MFC voted after her statement that us being there and just raising all sorts of hell would not, in fact, have made any difference. So that said, we are not doing anything today. Set those calendar reminders, be ready to send emails and make phone calls, and put your money where your mouth is. That is what it's going to take. This is America, and money talks. This is absolutely how it works. Votes are only going to get us so far. I will commit my life to this, as I have for the last 2 years. Absolutely. I hope you guys will please trust me. Again, my phone number is listed in every single YouTube video, or at least in several of them. Please feel free to call me. If you're confused about something, I will sit on the phone with 1,000 of you for 2 hours if I have to walk you through things. Just know that in the future, I will be producing videos to break down how this system works in the most simplistic way that I possibly can. So again, if you start to feel overwhelmed at any point, just back away. Just take it easy and just come back on Thursdays. There will be a very brief video detailing a call to action, and that will be followed by a lot of information. And for those of you who don't want to sit through all of the information, you can, if you will, please at least let the video play out so we can help build funding for a political action committee to make these changes that we need to get going happen. Okay. And we can let YouTube pay for that if you at least just let it play out. Okay. So for those of you who can't contribute, I will produce that content. For those of you who don't even necessarily care about all the details and want to really go deep and learn about all this, there will be a brief call to action that will allow you to make a phone call, leave a very specific message and a very specific email, right? So if you do reach out independently to your political leaders, to your state representatives and your senators, please wait to do that. I mean, you can feel free to do it independently, of course, especially for those of you who know some of these people. Please feel free to reach out, but we definitely need to have a very specific goal for what we want to see. We cannot just go to our legislators just making random noise. We have to have a problem and we have to have a solution. Those legislators can either back us or they can not back us, and they can suffer the consequences or they can reap the rewards. It is very simple. We just need the number of people to get in and do this, and we will change this system just like every other state has made changes for the better. North Carolina is not special in this, and we can absolutely do it. I can't do anything without you guys, though, so thank you so much. All of you, every one of you is important.